Jennifer Johnson, financial advisor with Edward Jones. Her topic today, resilience is key to meeting financial goals.
It is.
Okay, how is that so?
Well, especially after what we've dealt with this last year. I mean,
Yes.
being resilient is important in many endeavors, but when it comes to financial goals, I think it's super important. So I think some of the questions that maybe you first want to ask is, what are your goals? What is that specific goal? What are the obstacles to achieve that goal? And then how can you overcome it? And if you can kind of tackle it from those three questions, then I think you can find some
Then
success.
you're on the right track.
I think so.
Okay, walk me through this.
Okay, so we're going to use some examples today just of goals that people might have and then some of those things that might come about with that. So the first is building a sufficient retirement income. So, you're looking to save for your retirement. If you're looking to do that, you need to invest money in your 401k, your IRA, your other sufficient accounts. But how should you respond when the markets go volatile and get crazy? I mean, the best defense against that is to remain invested. If you were to jump in and jump out of the market every time it goes down, you're going to miss the rebound. I mean, think back on last year. What happened to the markets as they went down, but how quickly they went back up. You missed the upside of it. So really trying to not react to those short-term fluctuations that seem like they're big at the time, but when you actually span that over 10, 20 years, they really don't mean much. And so staying invested is very important.
Stay resilient.
Exactly, on staying invested. The other one that we look at is maintaining a steady cash flow. So if you're going to, of course, meet your daily and monthly expenses, you have to have sufficient income to do that. But what happens if you encounter a serious illness or an emergency that comes about that requires you to be off from work? You know, one of those things you might want to look at is disability insurance. A lot of employers offer that, and so I definitely recommend looking at that with your employer, but it may not be sufficient. So you might want to look outside of that for some retirement just to be able to overcome that obstacle if it came about.
That way you're ready.
Yeah, and I think the third one actually kind of goes hand in hand with that. I mean, when you're talking about the goal of keeping your retirement accounts intact, ideally we want to keep our 401k or an IRA and other accounts untouchable. We don't want to touch those until retirement, obviously, but sometimes you may face an unexpected event, whether it's a medical bill or a furnace that goes out. You know, a lot of things have happened in the course of the last year that could definitely be in those categories. But if you have something in place, this is where you would overcome that obstacle by making sure you have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months. That will help keep that away from you, that risk, if you will, and help with that resiliency to stay invested and not take those out of your retirement accounts. Because if you do, you're going to have less there at retirement. I mean, it's not only going to maybe not solve the problem today, but it's going to cause a future problem down the road.
So maybe saving that little bit throughout the month might really be worth it in the end if you could get that 3 to 6 month savings ready to go in case you need it.
Right. I think financial planning is so much more than just investing. It's, you know, behavior, making sure you're on the right track in many areas, including emergency fund. All these things we're talking about that are important for clients as well.
And then you said have confidence.
The last one, yeah, really just being confident in what you're doing. I mean, achieving a financial goal, you need a strategy. And, you know, there's a survey recently by Edward Jones that less than half of Americans are confident in their ability to recover quickly if they had a financial emergency. So don't feel confident. And it's also interesting in that same survey, 36% of those people surveyed started working with a financial advisor. Having that confidence and having somebody walk along these, you know, these obstacles and these things that come at us to make decisions and make good choices can definitely play out later for you in future years.
And you want that confidence, and you can have that by having a financial advisor. You're going to walk along with them. You're going to help them make decisions. That will give you that confidence, that's for sure.
It certainly does. And make sure that, you know, if something comes about, we don't do something silly like get out of the market or make decisions that just may end up have tax consequences later. We can definitely look at the big picture and help with those things.
Someone to protect you from some of that before protect you from yourself, in other words.
Yeah, from what we don't know sometimes.
Yes, that's right.
Exactly.
Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. We saw your contact information, too, on the screen.
Perfect, Shelby. Thank you.
You bet. Coming up next on Living Well, Dwayne Dreiling of the United Way is going to explain to us how the United Way funds agencies through volunteer process. And I bet he'll throw in how you can be a volunteer, too. So stay with us. We'll be right back with him.